Yo, what is going on, you garlic goblin Garchomp? Today we're taking a look at a Noctowl-less TeraBox deck that is pretty sick. Comes to us from Stian Nielsen, who got 24th place at the Gdansk Regional Championships recently. Before we jump into it though, and I break it all down, huge shout out as always to the Card Coliseum for sponsoring the channel. They got a new website up and running. If you ever need Pokemon TCG sealed products or singles, then be sure to go stop by the Card Coliseum. Check them out at pkmcoliseum.com. A link, of course, will be in the description, and code AzulGG will get you a discount over there as well. Now, I've played some non-owl TeraBox decks before in the past, specifically Matthew Hubbard's build that he played to a decent amount of success towards the end of last season, but this build's a little bit different. Unlike that build, this build actually plays Crispin. That build was much more centered around Energy Switch and End's Plan once that eventually came out, but this build is a lot closer to what you would play in a Noctowl style of TeraBox deck, except there are no Noctowl. So you have the Teal Mask Ogerpons to accelerate energy into play. You have the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon for its powerful torrential pump attack. Fezandipiti, Mew for the draw power, of course, Latias for the mobility. Pikachu is in here as well as a powerful attacker, but then we have a couple other attacking options. Oh, also Clefairy, of course. Clefairy EX is a staple in these Terra decks. But then we have stuff like Iron Hands in here with the Amp You Very Much possibility, as well as the Passimian. The Passimian is a really cool attacker. It's basically just for Mega Kangaskhan. I mean, it's a one-prize attacker that can hit pretty hard. It does 20 damage for each of our basic Pokemon in play, including itself for a Fighting and a colorless energy. So we can set that up by attaching to it for turn, and then E-switching a Grass off a Teal Mask Ogerpon, or a Crispin use would get there as well. So if we have Area 0 in play, which this deck plays 3 of, and we have a full bench of 8 Pokemon, and then including the Passimian itself, we'd be doing just enough to KO a Mega Kangaskhan, or deal just enough damage to KO a Mega Kangaskhan that has a Bravery Charm attached. Now, if they have the Lively Stadium in play, well, that means we don't have Area 0 in play, which means we don't have very many benched Pokemon in comparison, and we don't even get close to KOing a Mega Kangaskhan. But Area 0, full bench, even if they have the Bravery Charm, the Passimian gets the job done. And speaking of the Iron Hands, another reason that we can kind of fit the Iron Hands into this deck, and you don't really see Iron Hands being played in something like TeraBox with Noctowl, that's because we play for Energy Switch to move the energy off our Teal Mask Ogerpons onto our other attackers in the deck. There's an Iron Bundle in here for a little bit of bench disruption, or whatever you want to call that. Squawkabilly here as well for some early game consistency. And there is a Pecharunt EX in the deck, and that's just here. We don't play any Dark Energy, so we can't really use it for its Irritated Outburst as a late game attacker, but we utilize it as a mobility card to play around the clutches and the corners and the impounds of the Sudowoodos, the Yveltals, and the Maractuses. A lot of those things going around right now. What we can do is we can get Fezandipiti in play on our bench, and then we can use Pecharunt's Subjugating Chains ability to push Fezandipiti into the active, and then we can retreat Fezandipiti using Latias, or hard retreating it by attaching and retreat it. But if our opponent brings up our Fezandipiti and clutches that, we can just attack with the Fezandipiti. So if our opponent uses Clutch on Fezandipiti, we can E-switch to Fezandipiti, Crispin to Fezandipiti, and then Cruel Arrow and start sniping our opponent's Pokemon. And we don't really care if they're clutching us, because we're probably going to outpace them in terms of damage with the Cruel Arrow. Budew in here as well. The Budew is actually super strong. I wasn't sure how good this card would be. I'm not sure what Stian was choosing, blind first or blind second, but I've been choosing blind second with the deck. And if we don't pull off a powerful turn 1 attack through the Waterpon, or even just maybe a Myriad Leaf Shower to knock out their active Pokemon, just going into Budew and using Itchy Pollen to slow our opponent down feels pretty good. This deck is really good at drawing 2 prize cards every single turn past the first turn of the game, because on their first turn going first, can't attack. On our first turn going second, we can sometimes get to a first turn powerful attack, like I mentioned, with the Waterpon or something like that. But if we can't, just setting up a 1 prize Pokemon like the Budew for turn to slow our opponent down and not leave a multi-prize Pokemon in our active, then sets us up really well for follow-up attacks to get 2 prizes into 2 prizes into 2 prizes and clean up the game pretty quickly from there. So yeah, I've liked choosing second with the deck. Feels pretty nice, but I can obviously understand the value of wanting to go first. I'm not sure what Nielsen chose, but I would definitely be interested to find out. For the supporter lineup here, I mentioned the Crispins, of course, as a form of energy acceleration. There's, of course, Boss's Orders in here, and then there's Lillie's Determination, which feels really nice as well. And this is the main reason I like just going second with the deck. Just go second, use a turn 1 Lillies, set up for a powerful following turn, and then kind of take over the prize exchange from there, potentially slowing our opponent down with that Budew. There's also one Judge in this deck as well, and this 60 cards is the exact 60 that they played to the tournament, but after playing with the deck, I definitely want to revisit this deck and continue to work on it, because I think there's so much potential in this deck, and so many different things to try out as well. I think there's a lot of room for just draw power in the deck besides what we already have with the Fez, with the Mew. I could see playing 2 Mew EX, or something like Tatsugiri would also be really, really powerful in this deck. And because of how the deck kind of functions in terms of attack power, we have like a lot of extra bench space to work with. If we have like a Teal Mask Ogerpon setup, maybe the Fez, maybe the Mew, that's only 3 bench spaces, and those are kind of like the mandatory things to have in play to make the deck function turn to turn. We don't always need Latias EX in play, because as long as we can get our main attacker into the active initially, then Mew can become our pivot or our mobility card from there. So we only need like 1 to 2 attackers in play to load up energy on ahead of time, or to have just different options if we get Iono'd. So that's only 5 bench spaces being taken up total. And of course, because one of them is the Teal Mask Ogerpon, we don't have to put some useless Terra Pokemon in play to get access to Area 0. So that gives us like +3 bench spaces to work with, and those could be anything, and usually using your extra bench spaces for more draw power is where it's best to utilize. So I think including more stuff, like I mentioned, like a second Mew EX maybe for draw power, like a Tatsugiri, could be some stuff to experiment around with. Specifically the Tatsugiri is what I would be really interested in. And I know the one thing with Tatsugiri is it would force us to have Latias EX in play to be able to get continuous value out of it. So potentially even including an air balloon could be cool as well. But like I said, a lot of things to try out with the list. Let's close out the rest of the deck list here. For Energy Switch, like I mentioned, that is our main form of not energy acceleration. We accelerate the energy with Teal Mask Ogerpon, but we don't want to just attack with Teal Mask Ogerpon, so we energy switch it off the Teal Mask. 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball. I actually wouldn't even hate a little bit more Pokemon Search in this deck. The only card that I could see you playing and including would be Terra Orb, but I think it would fit pretty reasonably into the deck. Our Terra Pokemon are some of our most important Pokemon in a ton of matchups, of course. Getting Teal Mask Ogerpon set up in a lot of matchups, in every matchup, is going to be impactful. We use the Wellspring Ogre Mask as well in a lot of matchups. And then Pikachu is a big attacker in matchups like the Golden Go matchup. So I could definitely see playing some Terra Orbs in it. Well, maybe 1 Terra Orb, maybe not more than 1, but a single Terra Orb I could see being worth it. It would be effectively like a 5th Nest Ball in the early game. 3 Earthen Vessel, 2 Night Stretcher, 1 Super Rod. This whole lineup felt super comfortable for sure. So I don't think I'd mess with this at all. The double Night Stretcher plus Super Rod for the recovery, and then the 3 Vessel giving us extra access to our energy felt really good. And it is the Sparkling Crystal as the A spec, which is a little bit awkward because it can be really hard to find, but it is such a high impact card potentially when we find it. It's like a Teal Mask Ogerpon use plus E-Switch all in one for our Wellspring Mask Ogerpon or our Pikachu. So yeah, just really powerful card. I couldn't see playing anything besides this. Like Prime Catcher would always be good, but yeah, the Sparkling Crystal is just too good, I think. Also, maybe, I mean, Secret Box would be okay as well. It could like find us Crispin plus E-Switch. That's a pretty powerful combo. And it would also be able to get us maybe an Area 0 into play. It's hard to argue against the Sparkling Crystal, but I did win quite a few games just because I could never, like I would use it if I would have used it if I could have found it, but I never found it. But I still did fine without it kind of situation. So definitely something to think about. And then for the energy lineup, it is 5 grass, 2 lightning, 1 metal, 1 psychic, 1 water, and 1 fighting. So quite a few energy in the deck, 16 total. We're not running out of any energy anytime soon, but of course, a lot of our energy, we only play 1 of or 2 of the lightning energy. And the reason there's 2 lightning over 2 of the other types is Pikachu and Iron Hands can utilize lightning energy, whereas the metal, psychic, water, and fighting can only be utilized by a single Pokemon each. Last thing I was going to mention about the deck, which I got a lot of questions about, was there is no Ursaluna in the deck, but I didn't find closing out games to be very difficult. With further testing, I could definitely see myself coming around to the point where I'm like, we maybe want the Ursaluna in here, but I feel like specifically the Clefairy was really good at being a closer in a lot of situations, being able to hit really hard with that Full Moon Rondo on stuff like Fezandipiti's at the end of the game, or just pulling off another Torrential Pump on 2 lower HP Pokemon to get our final 2 prize cards. That also came up as well. So yeah, I wasn't really hurting to get to our last 2 prize cards. We had plenty of routes and outs in the deck to get there. Passimian as well is a great way to close out the game on the Fezandipiti. 2 energy for the coordinated throwing. Just need to find the boss, of course. So yeah, really cool deck, really cool build. Definitely want to revisit and continue to work on it further. But for right now, let's jump into some action and I'll show y'all how it runs. I mean, Waterpon doesn't seem particularly strong. Neither does Iron Hands, though. I think, I mean, it's like, I want to attack with Clefairy or Waterpon here, potentially. Like, if they leave a 1 prize on their active, I want to attack with Waterpon. I guess I do get the Water Energy here, then. Then it kind of depends on what they do next turn, right? So I'm just going to cycle an energy, attach water, active, pass. And then we'll see what they do. Also, do you usually use matte or dual mats? I use mats. Is there any difference in feeling? Yeah, they definitely feel different. Energy Switch and Dango with Mawile be spicy tech. Spicy techs are stupid. Is it good? I have no clue. My brain can't comprehend the term spicy tech. But, yeah, all my brain thinks in is good or bad. It could be okay. It doesn't seem terrible. You ended up testing Slowcane with Wonders Patch? I did, yeah. Definitely some more to be worked on, but it was pretty chill. Azul, I'm a huge fan. Could you please help me put together a Salamence Monkey Frostlass deck? No. Which Mega Mon is best for Golden Go? Mega Mawile or Mega Lucario? I like the Mawile. Spicy Tech is this card's objectively bad, but I'm playing it. Can be funny sometimes to me. Yeah, my brain does not think in Spicy Tech language, so I can't can't help on that. Dude, shoot, I forgot this thing is weak to Lightning. I definitely should have retreated this turn 1 to like, but I could have got Miraidon. Oh, what I needed to do was go get. I need to go get Budew and like sacrifice Budew or something, or the Passimian. That's what I needed to do here. Yeah. I kind of like forgot that I can get turn 1 attacked by them. I'm not gonna lie. So this is not great. Yikes. Wait, did they whiff? They actually whiffed the attack? Oh, the heck. I thought they didn't even have the attachment for turn there. I was like, oh sheesh. No, they got the attack off. All right, sure. Off the floor. That's pretty good. If I knock out with a 1 project here, we can regain control of the prize trade. Dude, this is it. Passimian's moment. Did I prize the fighting? Ah! Lock back in. All right, fighting prized. Now I cry. I could just draw with Fez first, and maybe I could go like Pikachu Crispin. If I draw with Crystal, Pikachu knockout, right? Clefairy Gaming. Yeah, but I want to give them a 2 project. They can just return KO. That's the problem. I'm trying to like find. Yeah, I think I just draw with Fez first and see what happens. To be honest, we'll see. E-switch attach. Ooh, hold up. Nest Ball. Eek. Crispin E-switch. Ultra Ball with these 2 to get the other thing, right? Or actually, I could do. If I need the. That's not true. I don't need. I actually don't need to get Latias here. I actually don't need Latias here because I can Vessel. No, I don't. I can't Vessel. I can hard retreat off the Vessel. All right, let's start with this then. Waterpon's not washed though. I kind of like, you know, Pawn is still chill, so I can do like this. And if I had to discard an energy, let me just get let me get a double. I don't need Latias, but Latias would be good to preserve the energy. I don't need to preserve the energy. Let me get a couple of those. And then I may as well just play this now, right? Yeah, just go ahead and play this. I don't want to draw into energy. We'll just give it a chance for this to get me something better. Ooh, I don't want to lose that. So now I just hard retreat, which is fine. So I go doom, doom, boom, boom. Keep swinging. Alright, we got the fighting now, so we can do something with the Passimian. I meant spicy just because like maybe it's not conventional, but it's giving me a quick option to utilize the second attack plus boss and KO a clean benchmon. Yeah, no, I know what you're asking. Is it good or bad? I mean, it's not bad. There's synergy there, right? There's synergy, but it like only is like it's basically only good to So that's a Megamenetric. That's basically only good to do that one thing, right? Which is, what is the thing? It does something. What does it do again? Oh, there's a super rod in here as well. Okay. It's basically only good to set up Megamenetric or Mega Mawile, excuse me, towards the end of the game. Yeah, it's like fine. It doesn't seem like relevant. It doesn't seem worth playing, I guess I would say. It does not seem worth playing. Two, how do I deal with Flash Ray? What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh wait, no, they can't take a knockout though. I just need to get around it, right? At 330. The deck does play Iron Bundle. Let's see. I might just draw first. What's on the bottom here? Nothing crazy, I don't think. I think I am just gonna... I could try and get into Budew. Oh my gosh, this hand actually sucks, actually. Hold on. Oh, wait, no. Let me just draw one. Let me just draw a card. I just don't know what my plan is this turn. I'm not gonna lie. What do I want to do here? I want to get the Mew here. But after that, I don't know. Hope for something bigger, something better. I almost want to like Academy Knight this on top of the deck. Maybe I shouldn't. I could have Academy Knight at the top deck, and then Ultra Ball, and then drawn 3 here. Oh, okay. That's a good draw. Yeah, Budew here is actually really, really good. Budew is so good here. What the heck? Guy's kind of crazy, kind of cracked. Waterpon's actually not bad here. Fudge. It's like I can Iron Bundle them. Oh, they're gonna Iron Bundle me. I'm gonna Budew. Huh? How many Crispins are left? Just one. Fudge. I sacrifice the Passimian. I guess if they Iron Bundle, I just give up Passimian. I don't need Passimian next turn per se. So maybe I do something like this. Hold up. I need to get Latias here so I can preserve my energy. I could have grabbed Iron. Nah. I think something like this. It's fine. The bundle isn't Mew free. They can charge 3 to Miraidon. Maybe they can just attach active and draw 2 prize cards. Like they go Iron Bundle and then I push Mew and they go, oh, all right, cool. Ride is blasting. Don't discard energy. 2 prize cards. Lol. And then they laugh at me. Is that what you want? Want me to get laughed at? Okay, they didn't Iron Bundle. Cool. Alright, we got plays. We got hella plays available. Point and laugh. That's literally what they would do to me if I did that. Apparently that's what you guys want, though. I don't want to play this yet until I use Iron Bundle. Shoot. I want to get Iron Bundles. Well, actually, that didn't make sense. Whatever. Cycle energy. Where's me bundle? Where's me bundle? Gorsh. All right, no bundle, but... What should I attack with here? Wait, what can I attack with? It's only Passimian. No, I could attack with Clefairy here instead of Passimian. I feel like Clefairy makes more sense because it would force the... Yeah, Clefairy makes more sense. Clefairy makes more sense. So something like this. They could Flash Ray KO the Passimian, which I don't want. I don't want them to do that. And like I'm threatening the win on like another 2-presser with the Clefairy, so they kind of have to respect the Clefairy, but then they have to deal with Passimian. Then they gotta answer to my boss, Passimian. Dude, this feels like a 2 Mew deck. Am I tripping here? We have so much free bench space. Like all these, like, dude, this feels like a double Mew deck. Am I trolling? This feels like we should have 2 Mew in here for sure. Like I don't need like I don't need this guy. I don't need this guy. I don't need this guy. I just want Latias, a couple attackers, and an Ogerpon. Dude, we got some. Ooh, 2 Mew. Dude, we could technically have bench space for like 3 Mew. Like no memes. Dude, we got hella bench space for Mews. Why not 4? All right, 4's. Yeah, you gotta calm down. Where's the Tatsu? Ooh, wait, Tatsu would be really good in this deck as well, right? Finds the Crispins. I feel like, all right, so just look at my bench, right? What Pokemon do we really want on our bench here? We want an Ogerpon, maybe 2 Ogerpon. We could be in a situation where we want 2, but even then, do we really need 2? Probably not. 1 Ogerpon at least. 1 Fez. The Latias, that's 3 bench spaces. Mew, that's 4. Then from there, we have 2 bench spaces for attackers. But then if we get Area 0 in play, we can just go, we have so much more support potential, you know? I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just like putting it out there. I think there's room for like Tatsugiri, like double Mew almost for sure, but also maybe Tatsugiri. Well, I just went with Clefairy, right? Just cooked. They did have the Gust on the guy there, but... Would you add a Mega to this deck? I don't think so. Mega? Mega what? Oh, Mega Mawile? I could see Mega Mawile in here if that's what you mean. I can't think of like a Mega besides that I would add. That would just be Mega Mawile, right? Oh wait, Kangaskhan could be in here for draw power, right? I mean, this seems like the correct play to do, right? We'll see where things go from here. I'm just gonna go on. No, I'm gonna hold that guy. I don't trust him. If I could work on this deck. I don't know. The Budew seems way better, to be honest. I like the Budew more for sure. The question I don't know about this deck is, should we be going first or second? I feel like... Actually, I don't even know. I feel like second, though. Because, like, at the very least, I can go Lillie plus Budew, even if I don't pull off a big attack. And then we just set ourselves up for, like, a good follow-up. And, like, by Bedewing them, we set up to, like, overrun them with, like, Waterpon or something like that. That's pretty rude. I feel like you go first because turn 2 pump is devastating. I don't know. Appreciate the prompts up there, 7 Evan. Appreciate the 40 months there, Voltsy. There's a Squawk. There's a Squawk, yeah. I guess Crispin draw one time. I'm just gonna bench it, right? Another thing my opponent has to like worry about. Ooh, this is actually kind of cool. Wait, is it that cool? That's weird, actually. Like, I don't know. Like, we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Like, if they just push a Dreepy here, though, it's like not that consequential, right? Damn it. I was like, maybe this isn't that good, actually. But it does force them to retreat the energy off the Dreepy, I guess. So now they lose an energy, and now I get to go Torrential Pump, KO the energy off the bench. So no, actually, this still works the way I want it to work, right? They evolve, lose the energy, attach energy, and I go Torrential Pump, knockout, and they don't find Neo Upper, then they don't attack on the next turn. So I guess it still kind of works how I want it to work out. I was hoping they would push up Latias so I could get access to items, but that's a little bit... It's just a misplay on their part, right? We can't assume they misplay. But this is still better than sobbing their Budew, for sure. Definitely better than sobbing their Budew. Ooh, okay. Hook me up with the Iono. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. Oh, into the boss! Into the boss! Yes, let's go! What's your opinion on Terrazard? I don't know. I haven't tried it, to be honest. Like with Dawn, like new Terra, like current Terrazard, like current format Terrazard is bad. With Dawn, it's a new edition, could be pretty good. I could see it. I could see it. So the thing is, though, we don't just win after we do this play. We push you to tier 2, 27 months there, step in the red. It is a good play, though. Also, but I could take out the Dusk. No, they have so much time to develop Dusknoir. I should take out their draw power potential. Like, I could take out the Duskull here. But, like, I'd rather, like, slow down the development of the Dragapult by an extra turn, I think. Because I do not have that good... You just boss, not shuffle energy? Ooh, I think you're actually right. Yeah, I should boss, not shuffle energy there. You're right, for sure. Definitely correct. I can see right now if I'm the Pulp player. No, you should definitely... This is, like, a fine... this is why I was saying, like, the Dragapult player is in 100% in a fine spot. The Dragapult player is 100% in a fine spot. But... Jelly is correct. I definitely should have KO'd, but not shuffled back, for sure. That was the big brain play. I did the small brain play, for sure. But the thing you didn't calculate is I'm about to top deck Crispin. I'm about to snipe him again. Maybe? Crispin top deck would go kind of crazy here. You stadium bump? Oh, true. It would have been really funny if I top deck Crispin there then. Do I just pass? Dude, it's just all items. Oops, all items. Can't even sob this thing. So what are your thoughts on Letter of Encouragement? It's an okay card that is situationally okay to include in decks that can get value out of it. He's playing why boss and not shuffle because it gives me more attacks over time. So if I go boss the Dracloak, I could KO the Dracloak without putting the energy back in the deck, and then next turn I can consider putting the energy back in the deck to KO the Dracloak off the bench. But it means I get 2 attacks off, so I could go KO Dracloak into KO Budew, KO Dracloak, getting 3 prize cards instead of just 2 prize cards from the play. Now I'm kind of in trouble. Now we're in trouble. Can you sob using Crystal? No. I haven't put any of this in play. Close. I don't really want to put any of this in play. I think I just pass. Yeah, so in this situation, I could have been like 1 prize card further ahead, which would have been nice because then them popping Dusknoir is like pretty mid. But now we're just kind of here, and here is it's iffy, that's for sure. Here is iffy. Are sure you can't sob with the crystal? I'm pretty confident, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't have an Iono to go with this though. That's kind of crazy. You can sob with crystal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can as well. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on this one. I'm with you on this one. Yeah. Sick, man. Sick. All right, let me think. Was it ever better to actually send up the Ogerpon so I could like Night Stretcher the energy off it, to be honest? Maybe. I mean, we're giving up those two for sure, right? Okay. I need Fez. I just want to KO their active, right? Like, it's what all I'm trying to do is knock out the active. At the very least, that's what I'm trying to do. What else do I want to set? There's nothing else to set up here, really, though. I guess I could get another Ogerpon, right? Yeah, sure. Not missing anything, I don't think. Get the squad down. Crystal here, probably still. And I could play the Super Rod to recover just the Waterpon. I guess Waterpon plus bundle, sure. Like if they KO this Waterpon, I might want another Waterpon at some point for some like sob shenanigans. Possible. Crispin gets the knockout, so we play for the Crispin, right? Like I just want to KO this. Oh, do I just lose next turn though? If I go knockout. Oh, they can just win next turn with Dusknoir. Oh shoot. Yeah. Hold up. Now I gotta like think a little bit harder here. If I attack with Mew knockout. Oh, I could use Mew to KO and KO the Budew, right? I could also sob for the turn though. Hold up. Alright, I'm gonna go with sob because I don't have enough time. I did have 4 E-switch left. I would need a grass and an E-switch. Okay, whatever. Oh, we have to hope the sob sticks, but they probably. I mean, everyone plays Turo right now, so I'll bring up Fez. Fez is pretty chill. I also could have brought up Budew and sob Budew, and then gone Waterpon, KO Budew, KO Dusclops. I guess maybe that was actually better to play for it. Maybe I should have brought up the Budew there actually. They can also pop Nor here to KO my Ogerpon, which. Then I have to go into my second Waterpon that I did recover, sob lock this until I can go Mew, KO this, KO Budew. That's fine. Nor for KO. Nor for KO would be annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Like, we have a route against that. That's okay. I just concede. I mean, they don't win. They have Nor, they win. I see, yeah, they don't just win. How do I win from here if they just have second Dragapult? I don't think I can beat Ursaluna or Dragapult, right? Okay, they don't win. I just sob again, though. Now I just sob the Latias, right? But they go Dusknoir KO. They win with Dusknoir KO. I have no way to heal, right? Maybe Dusknoir's prize, though, right? Who knows? Guess we'll find out. Be prized. They discarded at turn 1. Oh, did they? Oh, they're down 2 Night Stretcher. Oh, they're down 2 Night Stretcher and Dusknoir. Who knows how many Night Stretcher they play? This actually might work then. Hold up. Hold up. Can they ever attack with this thing, though? They're down 2 energy. Well, they're down to the 2 Night Stretchers. Maybe not. I need to stop this for a pretty long time, though, which is kind of annoying. I mean, they're still playing the game, so this makes you think that they do have a 3rd Night Stretcher, but it's possible they don't, so... They also could have prized the 3rd Night Stretcher as well, I guess. Alright, playing the boss does give me some hope here for sure. Because playing boss here is just like... It's like a pretty weak irrelevant play because they know I have a Grass Energy in hand. So is there win condition to try and make it so I whiff a retreat on a turn? They also only use 1 Dracloak there, so... I mean, I'm hopeful. Worlds away. Erica. Take a long time. How many Iono are they down? 2. Although I don't think that's like super relevant to anything, right? They only used 1 Recon Directive last turn, right? I mean, boss, do you have left in deck? Oh, I'm out. Oh, I'm out of boss. Maybe we do just lose. Yeah, I just kind of assumed we had a Guts effect left. It turns out we don't. They're down 2 boss. Do I have Budew left? I could Budew KO the Latias. Sure. They deck out? No, because I'm going to KO the Latias before that happens for sure. They have plenty of... They played 1 Lillie. Well, they also played... I don't know how many Lillie they play, but they have 2 Iono and a lot of Lillie left potentially. That's not a real win condition, I don't think. But they're burning cards. I don't know. Maybe there's hope. I don't know. We'll see. I could like Budew KO this though. I could on a turn I could go Budew KO. I should actually like set that up more aggressively, I feel like. I'm gonna go. I still need no, I don't need the attack with Mew anymore, I guess. But I might Psychic into the discard pile, so I'll attach to Mew and then I don't know. You said if I put Area 0 in play, they get more. Oh, did I even have Budew in there? I didn't even check. Alright, so Briar? No, there's no Briar in this deck. Sob until Torrential Pump range? No, I don't want a Torrential Pump. I'm gonna Sob until I can Budew KO it. Because Torrential Pump, I can the max I can draw 3 prize cards from Torrential Pump, so. I know Bear in this deck. I don't know. They didn't play it. Whoever played it at the tournament didn't play it, so I'm just playing their 60 right now. I like the idea of the deck, so I do want to make some changes. Sure, they promote Pult if you bundle. They could. Ooh, yeah, I want my board to be a little bit more developed to deal with everything, though. I don't even know why. Shouldn't have played the Vessel there, though, I don't think, to be honest. Because, like, no, there's no deck out. There's no real deck out situation. Can they find Dusknoir for game? I don't think so. They would have. I'm pretty sure they would have found it by now if they really wanted it. You loaded kill Pult and Latias on the same turn, win con, right? No, I'm out of boss. If I had one more boss, we could do that, but bossless. Bossless situation. What's the win con? Budew KO Latias. Budew KO Latias, hope they can't gust KO a 2-prizer. Or get like do yeah, that could work, yeah. Oh. Wait, what the fuck? They played a Night Stretcher but didn't get Dusknoir. They just didn't realize it was in there? Sure. Sounds good to me. Can I test the waters with the iron bundle? I can always push Dusclops, right? So I really can't. Yeah, I didn't even realize they played the stretcher. I didn't even realize they played it. They didn't get Dusknoir though. Do we have Iono? No, I have a Judge, but it might be prized. I can sob one more time. I guess they just didn't see the Nor play. I don't know. Do we pump to KO3 so they can't Dusk? No, because then they get access to Counter Catcher. We don't want them to have access to Counter Catcher. I maybe should have put my Stadium in play the turn before. Because right now I want to get into Budew. Wait, I didn't even check for the Budew again. I don't have any draw right now anyways. That is fair. I mean, I guess I could. But they have all their counter catchers left. And 2 Lillies left. Like, there's a good chance they have a counter catcher left. For sure. Yeah, very good chance they have a counter catcher left. Hey, let me think. Let's snipe Duskull and clean up with Mew. I think just Budew KO Latias is just a play, right? Am I trolling? I'll stop for another turn. Should have got the Stadium. Yeah, I mean, I could have played the Stadium, but they might have just countered it before they played the Iono. Also gives them more bench space as well. I don't know if I want to give them more bench space. The problem with the Budew play is I don't have bench space. Okay. Well, now I lost my Judge. Is the Budew... I don't even know if the Budew is in there, though. Like, I actually just don't know. I don't know if the Budew is in the deck. If Budew is not in the deck, what's the play? It would be KO active, KO this, right? Because I can't let them get access to Dusclops, so I always lose. So, is Budew in discard? No, it's prized or it's in deck. I just don't know if it's prized. I think we move this. If I use Iron Bundle, they push up Dusclops. If they push anything besides Dusclops, it's good. Let me just play this. No do. Okay. So I could torrential pump, KO. I could use Iron Bundle and they could throw. Like if I go KO, they get access to counter catcher. With zero counter, they play 3 counter catcher. They might even, yeah, everyone plays 3 counter catcher. They have 2 Lilies left. Like, the chance they have counter catcher is so high right now. So if I use Iron Bundle, I kind of just want to use Iron Bundle and see what they do. I'm just gonna do it because I feel like I lose if I do the 3 prize draw turn. I think Bundle and Pray they throw is just like the move. They have Bear too. Oh, true. They also have Bear. Yeah, they did not throw. Yeah, the Bear even makes it that much worse, right? Oh yeah, because I can always pump anyways, right? Yeah, good point. Good point. I can still torrential pump here. I get KO. Yeah, good point. Oh wait, now I can KO the Budew and the Dusclops, and they don't get counter catcher. Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay, no matter what, I guess they didn't have... Well, no, they should have pushed... Ooh. Yeah, okay, sure. They could still have Ursaluna. They need Ursaluna energy, though. They need Ursaluna and energy, not just Ursaluna. And they can't... Oh, okay, hold up. Hold on. And they're out of Iono as well, so I get to keep this hand. Yeah, if they have Ursaluna energy, I guess. But honestly, okay, cool. I like the way it came down. All right. Ooh, all right, they do have Lillie. So Ursaluna energy is... Oh, they have no energy left. They're out 7 energy. If they play 8, they have another one. Yeah, they're down 7 energy. If you didn't shuffle the energies, then I only take 1 knockout. No, I think I want... I could have actually maybe done that, to be honest. Yeah, I honestly maybe could have done that. Not shuffle the energies back and just take the KO. Yeah, that actually wouldn't have been terrible, right? Because then they're not in... Well, I count their energy now, and I'm like, oh, you don't have enough to attack with Ursaluna. But if they had just a single energy left to attack with Ursaluna, then I could have drawn 1 prize card this turn. Ooh, true. Very true. Why not Fez? I don't know. The Ogerpon seems pretty bad. Who knows? I mean, I just win this turn no matter what, so... Unless I'm missing something. I don't think I am. Locked in. Genome hacking. Oh, I gotta put the damage out. Oh, that's weird. All right, it's fine. Hey, let me actually check some prize cards here, because like knowing the energy specifically is like a pretty big deal. Do hands, Mew, Peak, Pawn, Prize of Pawn, double other guy, Water Pawn, Petch, Fez, Passimian, Crispin. Keeping the boss would have been pretty good as well, though. Nah, that's like fine. I mean, it would have been good. Like, I didn't really want to discard the boss there. Only 3 Vessel in the deck, 4 E-Switch. I prize an E-Switch. Okay. I really want to play this Ultra Ball before I get item locked. To get Mew. Water Pawn, E-Switch to Water Pawn. Okay, so I can go, yeah. Water Pawn, Tash to Water Pawn, E-Switch to Water Pawn. Then Ultra Ball. I feel like just setting up more is more important. If you don't have like a... Maybe I valued Mew too highly there at that point once I had the... I mean, I guess it kind of worked out. Yeah, maybe I valued Mew a little bit too highly there at that point, though. Maybe it should have been Latias for the mobility. Seems fine, though. Non-Pokemon question. What do you think about Mom Donnie winning the election? Seems pretty chill. He had no real competition. I'd be surprised to see Guardy win Vegas when the good players play it. Guardy's got a pretty good shot. So this is another one of those situations. This is another one of those situations where I should not shuffle the energy back to the deck, but I have to remember to do that. We'll see if I remember. Bundle for the one time. I actually feel like in this situation I want to KO the Budew. Well, now that they have the third little guy, whatever. We'll see. I would like Latias for sure. It's fine though. Dude, Budew like shuts off so much of this deck. Like all of our most powerful cards are item cards. E-switches, Ultra Balls, Nest Balls, Night Stretcher. But we're chilling. So ready to see Azul at Vegas? I don't think I'm going to go to Vegas. I thought about it a little bit more this morning. I don't think I'm going to go. We'll see though. Undecided. I still undecided, but now I would give it like a 30% chance that I go to Vegas. Should I run Dragon Ball Nora my League Challenge tonight? Since my Enzoro testing on TCG Live has been not good due to its bias. They have Guardy rampant at my locals. I mean, you're going to be on Pult Nora, you're going to be unfavored against the Guardies. Play maybe a couple of Rare Candy. We go to LAIC? No. You should go to Vegas so that you can sign my fraud Grimmsnarls. It's not a good enough reason, to be honest, Michael. I'm a hater of the frauds. If you don't, can we finally get the secret card tech? Oh, for Charizard? It's not that big of a secret. So what do you think? Straight Guardy can hang with Golden Go? Yeah, I think that matchup's fine. I think the biggest thing is if whether or not they play Tool Scrapper. But I don't think anyone's playing Tool Scrapper in there. So it's like pretty chill. I'm honestly like pretty tempted to sob for the turn on the Fez or the Latias. My board just sucks. I want to regain access to my items. Like, I mean, they could have Turo, but it's like unlikely for them to have Turo, right? So I'm just gonna sob for a turn. The True Vegas is over 3K players in Masters. Well, we can't really know for sure how many players are in Masters. The number that's visible on Arcanine is just like everyone in the game you play. Like, I can check. When is Vegas again? Next weekend. Coming up. There's no way they have the Turo, right? Okay, thank goodness. That'd be super cringe. And I have to decide what I want to do here. I don't even know what I want to do. Do they ever just not play Turo? Do I just ever not play around Turo? I guess I could just try and get like Passimian to get the knockout. I already discarded my Fighting Energy, so that'd be tough. Well, no, it wouldn't be that tough actually. I could go like, no, that would be tough actually. mean, these guys are kind of garbage. I like just putting Clefairy in play so they have to KO it, and then I get access to Fez draw. Also, like, just finding it also, because they could just, like, Iono low. I guess I'm not Ionoing that low. Well, if I take 2 prize cards, they get Iono to 3, and I could just struggle to find the cards. So it's kind of forces them to chase it, and then we just recover it and then attack with it. Yeah. Yeah, I could just sob again, right? Like, sobbing again doesn't seem terrible. I don't get the Guardy hate when Pult exists, just to stifle the meta. I mean, it's just, it's a... The Guardy hate, like, mostly just comes from people being bored. Like, it does get a little boring after a while. Like, if the same thing is the best deck in the format for over a year, like, it's like, all right, like, what the heck? I don't know if we're there with Guardy. I don't know if it's been a year, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, yeah. At a certain point, it just gets boring. It's just like, bro, I just want to, like, play against some other decks around here. And that's basically it for the most part. It's not a hate on the potential that Guardy has or what Guardy is. It's like the longevity that Guardy has had is, like, annoying. I kind of just want to attach for turn to the Passimian. I can go Passimian knockout next turn and keep my Waterpon fully loaded. Is what I want to do. But I have to commit a Night Stretcher now to get the Fighting Energy, which is kind of unfortunate, but... And if they do have Turo this turn, this is like a really bad play. So we really hope they do not have Turo this turn. Can we see your deck list after this match for the TeraBox? You can find the deck list in my Discord. I think it low-key has been a year of Guardy being BDIF because after Worlds last year. I don't think it's been like the whole, maybe. You might be right. Yeah, you might be right. Pult Nor is more of the cringe deck. I agree with you. I'd rather play against Gardevoir than Pult Nor, like, any day of the week. I'm sure at a certain point it gets a little bit too repetitive, obviously, but I'm with you. I'm with you. Now I just go Passimian KO, right? Like, we're just assuming they eventually find their Turo. But if they don't play Turo, that is a thing. If they actually just don't play Turo, we could just sit here for forever and there's nothing they can do about it. And we could, like, set up like a 3 prize turn, which would be, like, pretty good. But there's a good chance that they do play the Turo, so I think we should just take our 2 prize cards before we get Turo'd on. Also, we didn't see them. They didn't put a Duskull in play at all. Oh no, they play Dusknoir. I was gonna say, so maybe they play like Penny and Turo, which would be worse for us, obviously. Are they down any jammings? They are not. I could do this, I guess. I don't really want to throw the Area 0 out, because I did discard one early, I believe. Yeah. I kind of just want to cycle with Teal Mask. I have 3 energy built up on this, so having like more energy built up on this is just kind of fine, to be honest. Okay. 2 E-switch left. Honestly, I'm going to commit one of these E-switches. From here to the Mew, and then draw 2 with Mew. But yeah, I kind of want to save this so I can go wide when it's like more appropriate. Get a bigger advantage. Alright, sure. Ready for Grim to win Vegas? Yeah, I'll be rooting for you, Curry. Everyone thinks I'm a Grim hater, bro. I'm just a realist. But it doesn't mean I don't want Grim to win. Oh, it's not me. I don't know what I'm playing. I don't know what I'm playing an event this year. Maybe Florida. Oh, you're not even gonna go there to get the dub with it? What the heck? Yeah, push it 63 months there, slap. Alright, well now I'm less confident, bro. Now I don't even have the confident in the Grim. Now they're lacking a ton of firepower. Alright, I'm betting against Grim then. To win the tournament. Top cut is something else. I'm betting against Grim for the dub. What does the monkey do? 20 damage times the amount of your basic Pokemon in play. It's in here as like a tech card for Kangaskhan. Wait, their turn is that weak? Bruh. What? That's like that's an impressively weak turn, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, both Lokes here? No, I don't think it's worth playing the boss over that. I think I'd rather save the boss to make it easier to win the game on the next turn. I'm going to Waterpon here to draw 2 prize cards, but... I don't think I'm gonna go for the Sob play here either. Teal Dance, knock out Budew, knock out Dracloak. Have 6 million threats on my board. Like, how do they even deal with this level of threat? Like, dude, like, how do you deal with this? Okay, actually, maybe I did misplay. Because I could have boss and KO double Dracloak to leave the Budew on the field for Mew to copy Dragapult without needing Clefairy to... Was it Mew game? No, I couldn't set up Mew to attack that turn. Boss Latias trap till you get take 3 prizes? No, I think it's correct to play around them having Turo. So the Sob play is not correct. Yeah, the Sob play is not correct. Yeah, the only thing I could have done different here would be to go KO Dracloak, KO Dracloak. KO double Dracloak, and then that means Mew with an energy KOs Dragapult. It's a pretty good draw there. No complaints. The Sob play is like so unnecessary when I'm like in such a good spot. All the Sob play could do is like lead me down basically a lose condition. If we're playing on Turo, they can Turo Budew too. No, but if they Turo Budew, they lose. Like if they leave me with my hand, it doesn't matter, right? I have boss KO with Passimian or anything. Giving the op so much time with Sob play. Yeah, true. That could also lead to like them getting Dusknoir set up and stuff too, right? So definitely just want to get a little bit more aggressive there. Alrighty, that's a dub. DK with Mew or Cleffa here? Definitely Cleffa. No question, no question. Cleffa gets it up here every time. I kind of, honestly, I almost just don't like that there's only 3 Crispin in here. Crispin is such a high impact card in this deck, it feels like there should be 4. But your opponent also has to respect it, right? And they have to KO it as opposed to going to KO something else, which is nice. Is it better to pivot away from Paltnor at this point? Paltnor's pretty good. Seems like there's just better. There's not. Paltnor's about as good as any other deck in the format. I mean, Guardy's the best deck in the format, so if you're not gonna play Paltnor, the only way to go is like Gardevoir, but nothing else is better than Paltnor. For sure. Dude, this sucks. Maybe I top deck Ultra Ball. Jelly Guardy or Turbo Guardy? Non-Jelly Guardy I think is best for sure. Okay, not a great situation, but I don't know. We have like comeback potential, I guess. We'll see. Also, who knows? Maybe they prize their Turo and we can just sit here and sob this until we can take a 3-prize turn, knocking out this in the Duskull. That'd be pretty sick. Pretty sick, not gonna lie. Always rely on the good old dead draw. Does Guardy need to run Flutter / Bundle? I don't know. I don't really have that. I mean, probably not. Those don't sound like very strong cards in Guardy right now. If you want to have a better Jelly Guardy matchup with non-Jelly Guardy, you play Iron Bundle, but Silk Song status. I defeated the Silk Child or whoever that character is. So I'm headed up to the final boss is where I'm at right now. All right, big chillin'. Okay. Chab. Act 2? Yes, Act 2. Have I played Terraria? I have not, no. So what do you think Lace and Hornet are Yuri? I don't know what that question means. So do you have a favorite? Dude, what did you just say? You're just making up words right now. I have a favorite horse. Oh, I've heard about this show. No, I know nothing about the show, and I do not have a favorite horse. What about giving Expedition 33 a spin? No, it's not my type of game. I don't think I would enjoy it. You should play Terraria at some point. It's peak. No, it's just Minecraft, but not Minecraft. And I don't like Minecraft, so I wouldn't like that game either. No, it's not Minecraft. All right, it's not Minecraft. It's not Minecraft. My bad. What's this list about? Basically, just think about it as TeraBox without owls. Thanks for the apology. I got you. No problem. What's your opinion on this deck? That's pretty cool. Wait, what's your opinion on this deck? If so, what? Do you think LeBron James likes McDonald's? So, if my opinion on this deck, LeBron James likes McDonald's. You need a lock in, bro. You're just unhinged. All right, Sob. Are we saying owls or buns? Not really, no. Just trying to build without owls. On the topic though, separate from the first question on if LeBron James likes McDonald's, my guess would be yes. Because McDonald's is just kind of, I mean, I like McDonald's. I think McDonald's is good. I think anyone who says they hate McDonald's is lying. So there's a good chance he likes McDonald's, but maybe he doesn't. What's the point of Iron Hands? It's pretty hard to charge. Amp you very much. It's not that hard. You have Crispins and E-switches and like, so if you turn 1 attach, turn 2 attach, double E-switch or Crispin, you're there. They're kind of popping off over there. Chill out. I hate McDonald's and I'm not lying. That's my point. Anyone who says they hate McDonald's is lying. Oh, not the space for them. Okay, we top decked. No, but we top decked so late. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. We can make this work. Well, I don't really want to torrential pump the Fez for a hundo. Like, that's so weak. They're going to start to move damage back to my side of the field. Ugh. We'll figure it out. I'm not going to dwell on it. We'll make it work, man. I probably am pumping here and just KOing the monkey door. Oh, I could KO that Dracloak, actually. I actually probably KO the Dracloak, actually. I take it back. pumping time. What can I super odd for here? That is hella weak. Maybe I discard the super odd. Like I go bench. No, the super odd's good. Super odd's good. I guess I just hold it, right? For recovery. Maybe I'm getting like too aggressive here. Maybe I don't even need to play this Ultra Ball. I want to get Latias in play as well. I want to draw with restart. No, it's probably correct, to be honest. Oh my. Ooh. Holy smokes. That's terrible, folks. If I bonk this and KO this, we're in a really good spot. All right, let's go for it. Shoot. I don't love our situation, but I'm gonna go ahead and say we're in a fine spot here. I'm gonna make that prediction here. I might be lying. I'm not gonna lie. Passimian be good in TeraBox with owls. You have to play a basic Fighting Energy, which sounds really annoying. Like putting on extra energy in this deck is way less annoying. You already play so many energy to begin with. It's like not hard to do. What happened to the how often does the BDIF win Worlds analysis? After this game. This is a silly off-topic question. Would you ever get a pet? Potentially. Yeah. Not tomorrow, but... Ooh, I didn't even like see that play. I'm not gonna lie. The damage actually does line up for that pretty well. We could go KO active, KO Fezandipiti with the Mew. That is a hard play to set up, but it is possible. Let's go. It's so good when they... It's like no meme. This actually, like, putting the Clefairy in play is so nice for us. They can't KO my Mew. They can't KO my Fez. They have to take a knockout. Well, they don't have to, actually. If I didn't have Latias on my bench and they had, like, Iono Countercatcher, Punch Fez... Honestly, they don't even need Iono. If they just had Countercatcher, Punch Fez, that would have been a pretty good play from them. But because I have Latias in play, it becomes a worse play. But honestly, the more I think about it, this actually might be a misplay for my opponent. I have nothing on my field. Like, my turn... Like, I feel like they could come to a pretty reasonable analysis that my turn is pretty reliant on Fezandipiti draw. I feel like it wouldn't be crazy for my opponent to come to that conclusion based on how my last turn went and based on my my hand size. So with that in mind, honestly, the better play for them might have been just bring up Fez and punch it for 200 and then spread damage. This play isn't terrible. Ooh, this thing actually... Oh, wait, they can win with Hawlucha Ursaluna. I lose a Hawlucha Ursaluna. What the heck? Okay, they messed up and didn't put 6 here. We're good. We're chilling. Wait, no, but they have a full bench. Oh, we lose to... No, but they didn't put enough here either. They could have done Monkey Dory. No, but they can't do that either. Okay, hold up. They could have won with Turo Hawlucha Ursaluna. Ooh, this hand sucks. All right. I think we should check with Fez first. I mean, if it's in there, right? It is in there. Okay. It's a pretty good draw. Probably those two. I can win next turn with Waterpon, Snipe. Oh, they could still go Monkey Dory, Hawlucha. No, but then they can't attach to Ursaluna for game. Okay. I don't think they can win next turn. But if they had... I don't actually know exactly everything they play as well, obviously, but... They could actually go Monkey Dory, heal 30, Countercatcher, Budew, KO this. Plus Iono. That would be pretty tough to deal with, to be honest. Yeah, we obviously don't know exactly everything they play, but most Nor players, they play a Turo, they play Hawlucha. Like, these aren't outlandish cards to assume they play, so... Does this deck have a way for you to copy Pulse attack last turn? Yeah, we couldn't get it with how we drew, though. We could, if we just drew an E-Switch, we just win. We try out Danklin's Crust Zoro deck sometime? No, I don't think so. I think Crustle Zoroark is literally just a terrible deck. It just sounds like a miserable way to play Zoroark, basically. Okay, that's a little annoying, but we'll be okay. Oh yeah, I actually need to go Waterpon KO the Fez. We're chilling. See, this is why nearly every deck should play E-Switch. No. It's just worse Zoro and worse Crustle. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's an argument that could be better Crustle, but it's worse Zoroark, and I don't want to play Crustle, so... like, it could be a better way to play Crustle, theoretically, but I don't want to play Crustle. I want to play Zoroark, and if I play Zoroark, I want to play a better Zoroark deck. Have you a chance to try the Metang box? I have not, no. So if I'm a normal player, should I have my deck choice locked in for Vegas by now? Yes. What? Dude, now I'm curious. What if I'm a normal player? I know you mean like an average player, but it's just funny that the wording is just funny, as opposed to what, an alien? Like, yeah, you should have your deck locked in by now. I think more and more, not only do the best players in the world continue to say this, and it also shows with how they approach the game, but we also see it in terms of just comfortability. Like a great example of that is just like how fast we saw players like Chip, shout out Ian Robb on the podcast this week. But if you just like watch the streams from the last 2 weekends, like Piper and Emma specifically, like play so fast. That comes like with a certain amount of like comfortability with the deck they're playing for sure. Picking up a deck, playing a deck for a while. We saw Henry Brand basically say this over the weekend. He was like, I could have played these other decks, but I know Pult better than everything else, so I just played Pult, right? I just played the deck that I know best. He got top cut. He lost his win into top cut. It's pretty good back-to-back weekends from Henry. Hang on, I'm thinking. Could I grab Pikachu here and put it in play? If I Iron Bundle, what happens? I think grabbing Pikachu is fine here, right? Like, yeah. This applies more strongly to newer players, but it also applies pretty heavily to more seasoned players and veteran players. Pick a deck. Pick a good deck, excuse me. Get good with good deck. Repeat the process. Okay, we're not there yet. Like, stop overthinking it. Like, yeah, there's no reason you shouldn't have your deck picked already by now. It's just not that complicated. Let me just do this first here to dig. Yikes. We could always just sob this for the turn, though, right? And they couldn't win, so... we have the backup of sobbing. I have a Grass Energy in here. E-Switch, attach, accelerate E-Switch. How many E-Switch do I have left? All of them? What? Okay, we're definitely Ultra Balling away these two things. Does it not give if you snipe Fez? It is, but we need area 0. Well, at this point, I go all in on the thing, right? So we go... E-Switch... yeah, they have jamming, so we need area 0 or we need grass thingy. You can Fez their Fez. That's the same thing as this guy, right? I could Fez their Fez, but Fezzing their Fez is the same thing as water pawning their Fez. It's the same amount of resources, right? But I have more outs with the pawn. Alright. Oh, I don't have a water energy. Dude, I was like, all right, we win. Dude, how do I always forget that it needs a water energy? Oh, wait a second. Dude. Oh, dude, how do I always forget? All right, stop. Insane. And okay. Dude, I always forget. I always just think I can attack for 3 energy. I don't know why, but I Night Stretch it for the fighting and attach it to the water pond before I played the thing. But what I needed to do was just play the Lillie and then see what we draw, but I didn't do that. There was a water in the deck. I did decrease my odds because I wouldn't have played the Night Stretcher beforehand, but it like doesn't matter if we decrease our odds. That's like not worth the trade-off of not being able to pull off the play. That's why I said Fez for Fez. Oh, sure. Okay. So you might have been correct then, to be honest, to go for the Fez line. We maybe should have attached the Fez instead. But then Area 0 doesn't become an out? No, you're maybe still right, though. Because if we whiff, we can just... If we whiff the Fez play, we can still attach and sob. Because we just don't attach. Well, then would we want to attach beforehand, though? I guess I'm not sure about that, then. Dude. This is a disgrace, though. Okay, cool. They ionoed us. We're chilling. So, speaking very generally, when you say pick a good deck, would that be a top 5 deck? Would you extend that to top 8 or top 10? Any... Like, the answer is any good deck. Okay, so I could E-switch off here to the Fez. Which I know isn't like a great... But yeah, the answer is... there could be 10 good decks, there could be 5 good decks. Like, that's like meta and format specific. I'd have to look at the metagame right now and name every deck that I think is a good deck, but... Okay, so I can E-switch one of these off here. Wait, can I KO this? No. I'm gonna draw one with Mew now. Alright, chill. That's a dub! Let's go! Dude, that's so dumb. That is true. We could win with Mew here as well at this point. Dude, I gotta remember that. For some reason, and I don't know why, but in my head, I think just this. I just need 3 energy on the Ogerpon. I don't know why. Like, I recognize that my crystal is shut off, but for some reason, I just don't remember that we need a basic water energy. I don't know why. Couldn't